everyone, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I have a bit of a 2-for-1 video up for you today. I am coming at you with a DT layout for Confessions of a Paper Addict, and we're also celebrating Danny's 4,000 subscriber milestone on YouTube. So Danny used to be a member of Confessions of a Paper Addict on the design team, and she's a beautiful, lovely human, and I thought, why not combine this? Because she used to be on the DT, and she's super lovely. So I wanted to combine them, as I said. Now, I have found this layout of hers in the top left of the page, and I thought it's super cute, and I can definitely scrap lift it. And she's also got a little, I was going to say it's like a bingo board or a tic-tac-toe board, and she wants you to use 4 things, or she wanted us to use 4 things from that board, as a kind of shout out to 4,000 subscribers. Sorry, excuse me while I have a drink. And so I have done both. I've scrap lifted her and used 4 things from that little tic-tac-toe board that she created. And I will tell you what they are. I just need to pull them up on my phone to remind myself. So I used pink and mint on this layout. I used ink splatters. I used tiny word stickers. I used a cut file, and I used enamel dots or Nouveau drops. So I actually used 5 things. I guess technically this is a pattern paper background, even though it's not a full sheet of pattern paper. I have done a border on white cardstock, but it is still the majority of pattern paper, so I guess that counts too. So maybe I've done 6 things. And the cut file that I'm using is the Beach cut file from, as I said, Confessions of a Paper Addict. Everything will be linked in the description box down below. And I am using the Maggie Holmes, what's this collection called? Golly gosh, I can't remember. Sunny Days, that's right. I have got heaps of this. I just seems to be the collection that never ends. So many of the elements were really good for fussy cutting, so I fussy cut a heap of the pattern papers, which gave me so many things. So all the shells are fussy cut, the little beach balls and the hat that I've got up in the top right there, that's all fussy cut. Yeah, there were so many things that I managed to fussy cut from this. And then there's a clear sticker pack that has like 5 or 6 sheets of clear stickers. I don't love clear stickers, so I stuck most of them down onto white cardstock and fussy cut them out, and that's where I get my tiny words from that I add to this page. Yeah, oh, and the photos. So I've got 4 photos here that I'm using, and I do cut mine square like Danny has in her original layout. It's not exactly the same, but you can definitely see where I've been inspired by her. But I wanted to use these 4 photos. They're of the first time my son got to visit Paynesville, which is where I grew up, which is in East Gippsland in Victoria. And we're visiting the foreshore there. I was going to say the beach. It is technically the beach, but they're lakes, not the ocean. So we are, I was just documenting that. It was the first time he got to go. He'd never been to Paynesville. He has been down to see my parents before, but he was he's about 6 months old. And then of course 2020 happened and we weren't able to travel anywhere. So we did manage to get down there. This photo was taken on I think the 9th of January. So we got down there early in the new year, which was great. It was lovely. So I'm just backing my cut file on with foam, sorry, not backing my cut file. I'm putting foam on the back of my cut file so I can pop it up. So this is obviously going to be my title, but I want it to be the sort of feature title on the page. And I just love titled cut files or word cut files because they just make it so easy to put a layout together. I'm super happy with how this one turned out, and happy with how I used the it was called Sunny Days collection as well. It's a little bit more of a tricky one to use in my personal opinion, but I'm really happy with how this all came together. So I haven't edited any of this process out when I totally could have, so I'm sorry about that. You have to see me peel off all of the backs of those little foam squares. Side note, if you are in Australia, does your reject shop still sell the foam, like the fun foam? Because I cannot find it anywhere in my reject shop. So I want to know if I'm alone or if others, can't find it anymore. Are they still stocking it? So any Aussie watching this, do you know? Because it was great and I only ever got 1 pack of it and I'm all out and I would really like some more. Because as much as these little foam squares are quite affordable because I get them from another cheaper shop near me, it's really annoying to have to peel off all those teeny tiny little, the backs of the little foam squares. So anyway, if you are in Australia and you know where I can get fun foam, please tell me. So here I am. I'm going to stick this down. I've stuck down a few of my parts of my cluster already that I know I want to be under my cut file, and then I will finish off my embellishing. Now, as I said, I am following Danni's layout pretty well, I think. So I hope you can see that it's definitely a scrap lift, with my own little spin on it, but it's more of a scrap lift than sometimes I do. Now, all of the people participating in Danni's hop will be linked down below in my description box. I do want to preface this by saying their videos don't go live until, I think it's like 7 or 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and my video, this one you're watching now, goes live at 5 a.m. So Danni knows, but my video will be up slightly earlier than everybody else's, which isn't ideal, but it just meant I didn't have to do 2 layouts for the one day. I thought that was a bit much for you guys to have to watch 2 videos released within hours of each other. So yeah, just be aware if you are watching my video sort of the first couple of hours that it has gone live, the rest of Danni's 4K celebration milestone hop won't be live yet. But do come back and watch through them all, because there's a long list of people joining and it will be a lot of fun. And Danni's awesome. So if you don't know her and you haven't checked out her channel, please do. She's a fellow Aussie and she's super sweet. So definitely go and check her out. So I think I've stuck all of my main elements down now, and I think I'm deciding, you know, do I want to do other things? Ultimately, I say, yeah, I do. I've got all of these tiny words. I want to get some onto the page. So I pick out the ones that are super relevant for my layout. So they all say things like summer, unplug, weekend fun, offline, summertime, carefree day, a moment to explore, best summer ever, and my happy place, which I think are all super relevant. And I'm really happy with how this layout came together. Yeah, so you can see me here. I'm just placing my tiny word strips. Oh, and that top bit, it's probably a bit hard to read. That top pink square that also has words on it says, where the waves kiss my feet. I just thought it was cute and relevant because Lincoln is standing in the water. So this is the second beach we went to as part of our little trip to visit my parents, and so it's not the first time he saw the water, but it was the first time that he had the sand. The beach we went to the day before was rocky, and so this one had the sand, so he was a bit confused and a little bit unsure, and it took him a while. You can see there's one of the photos of Danni like holding his hand and walking with him in the water, and it certainly took him a while to warm up, but yeah, he was pretty happy. He had no interest in going any further than that, though. He didn't want to go into the water. I did sort of say we could have, you know, taken off his shorts and let him have a bit more of a paddle, but he wasn't that interested. I think he was still kind of getting used to the fact that the water kept coming up and running over his feet, and then his feet would sink into the sand, and it was very cute. But yeah, I'm just sticking everything down. So, what else would I tell you? So I will link to this beach cut file in the description box down below, as well as a general link to the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut file shop. Virginia's got hundreds and hundreds of cut files online, so definitely go and check them all out. This month there is a stitching theme as well, so she's also released a whole heap of stitching cut files, so personal favourite of mine because I love stitching on layouts, so definitely go and check those out. And also, if you're not already, come and join the Facebook group. So Virginia releases a free cut file every month, at least one free cut file every month, and it's a super fun group to be involved in, so definitely come and hang out with us. That will be linked in the description box down below as well. She also does a monthly mood board challenge, so I think this video is going up quite late in the month. Yeah, it's going up on the 26th of June, so there's only a few days left of this month, but if you do want to participate in this month's mood board, jump right in. It's a beautiful kind of rainbow inspired, stitching inspired mood board, so definitely go and check it out. But she does a mood board every month, so there's always some inspiration you can draw from that, and you could win some vouchers to the shop. So I am sticking down those strips. I'm using glue, I think, for most of them, just because they're a little too fiddly for my ATG gun. So I'm just sticking them down with glue, and I'm popping a couple up on foam. I was trying to limit sort of only go kind of one dimension. Does that make sense? So I'm trying not to do dimension on top of dimension, just to keep my albums a little bit not so chunky, hopefully this year, and keep my layouts a bit flatter than they have been in past years, because I'm just trying to maximize how many I can fit in to my albums, and then ultimately not have as many albums per year. So last year I had 3 albums. I was really hoping to only have 2 albums this year, but I'm thinking I'm definitely going to be at 3. But that's okay. Now, I have this cute little Scrap and Happy Studio flare that just says beach. It's a bright yellow. It's not quite the same yellow as the rest of the things on this page. The other kind of yellowy stuff in this collection is a bit more mustard, but I just really wanted to get it on the page because we don't go to the beach very often. You know, I live in Melbourne. While obviously there is beach in Melbourne, it's not near us. We're in the hills, not kind of on the beach side of town, so we just don't get to the beach very often. Now I'm also tucking in a few of these clear stickers, again just because there's so much ephemera in this collection. I've got so much stuff that I just wanted to use some of it, so I'm tucking in a few of the ice creams. I put a little bike in and just tucking them into each of the clusters, and then I'm trying to find some enamel dots that I think will work. And ultimately I pull out these pinky ones because I didn't have very many left, and I knew I could get them all onto this page, and I will have used up this entire sheet of enamel dots, which I'm very proud of. So I'm just sticking enamel dots to each of the clusters. Again, it's one of the things that Danni had on her list of things to use in her hop, so I wanted to get them on the page. Also, she had them in her layout that I'm scrap lifting as well, so it kind of works all around really. And then I'm going to come in, of course, with my splatters. So I'm just covering my photos because I don't want to get splatters on my photos, and I have used the enamel dots to cover some of my photos, so I know it looks like the ones on the left hand side aren't covered, but they're covered with the plastic from the enamel dots that I used up. And I'm coming in with my navy Heidi Swap Colour Shine. I'm trying to go a bit lighter than I would normally, just a bit more subtle with my splatters. I'm normally quite heavy-handed, but Danni was quite subtle with hers, and I wanted to kind of emulate that. So I'm just coming in nice and light-handed, and also with the gold. So mine is the Marabou Art Spray. It's like an acrylic spray. And yeah, I'm all finished. So everything will be linked in the description box down below. Please check out everyone participating in the hop, as well as all the links to the Confessions of a Paper Addict stuff. Here's the close-ups, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks guys, bye.